Hello, my beautiful Libras. Welcome to your reading. Let's dive into it right away and see what's coming your way. By the way, if you're enjoying these ones and would like to see more and haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit subscribe. It's a free way to support the channel, and you will also get notifications about whenever I upload your videos. I see there are 3 different pathways opening here for you. We're going to divide the cup into 4 and look into the 4 weeks of the month. And the first one is a short pathway. And these kind of pathways can be opportunities opening, literal physical pathways. Maybe you're going to get a call or somebody's going to tell you, okay, like maybe you sent an email and you haven't heard from them for a while. They might just give you a call and say, okay, let's come for a meeting. Or this can be a spiritual pathway or a mental pathway that you are getting inspired to do certain things that will lead to some little corner here, which has a tears of joy. And another thing, the second 2 pathways, I see people having a conversation here. This is general reading of the month. We're going to get the money, career, and success reading. So this can be someone heartfelt, close to your heart, maybe you haven't seen for a while because they're outside of your comfort zone. But I see kind of like an eye shape forming here. The eye, it's a closed eye. So it can be some people, maybe you are connected on social media, you had an eye on them, but it wasn't really wide open eye in the sense of like you were following in the sense of what they're doing. Just seeing like clips of them, pictures of them, they're seeing pictures of you. It seems like they're meeting with this person and there's a smiley face. I don't know if you guys can see that smiley right there. This is going to be something that will bring joy into your life. And this can also bring inspiration as well, and resources, inspiration. Maybe this is a person who really boosts your positive sides, your creative sides, and they really see your talent, where you are talented, and that person can be supporting that talented side of yours, and they can even inspire you to take an action, something that will really increase your worth, abundance, worth in the sense of, you can say, self-worth, because human beings were strange like that. When we achieve things, we actually see that we can do things. We feel much more confident within ourselves, okay? And then we start to recognize our self-worth more. This doesn't mean that you don't have any worth. It doesn't mean that. We already intrinsically, from the creator of all that is, we have been given self-worth. But we might have a hard time to feel it time to time. So it seems like here, this inspiration is going to help you connect with that energy. There's another pathway opening here within the 3rd week timeline. I see a dog's face right here, and there's another dog right there, and there's a little chunk of money. Kind of looks like a well to me, like a well. The water is flowing inside of this thing, and there's an outlet, maybe even like a dam or a faucet, and it is closed at this moment, but you're filling up basically the well. So not the well, it's not the same thing. It's like there's sometimes water coolers that you put the water in, they have a little outlet under it. You can push the button or turn the knob, and that kind of a thing. Here you're filling up the bottle right now, and then when the time comes, you're going to be able to drink from this water, which is like an emotional satisfaction. Emotional water symbolizes emotions and happiness, peace, joy that you're going to be drinking here. The 2 dogs right here can be symbolizing someone who's aligning with you, who is loyal to you, loving, supportive of what you do or who you are. And you are on the same pathway with this person. And they can show up when you hit the road. Hitting the road can symbolize deciding on going on this new adventure, or deciding to change things in your life, making your mind up, clarifying your vision about the future. And this has still some time, but I see in your heart you are already decided to, because you see that little leaves of the bean stalk growing. There's a person inside of that, and there's another person speaking to them. This looks like a masculine figure and a feminine figure. For some of you, this can be a relationship forming, maybe somebody coming out of that beanstalk. Beanstalk is the seed that you're planting, the divine seed, the thought pattern, the desire that you're planting to the universe. And for some of you, this can be an authority figure to work together with, that you will align perfectly. Masculine and feminine, I interpret that as the authority figure, because Currently, we have the patriarchy. If we had the matriarchy, I would interpret the women as the ruler here. But this is about the energies. It's not about the gender. I want to specify that. This person that you're planting the seed, but still here, the creative one is the feminine character, feminine creative energy here, planting a seed, and that seed is growing a person, attracting a person in your life that is fair, that you're looking at the seed and you're like satisfied with that. This is a seed that you're growing. And for some of you, this can be a relationship, someone who aligns with your soul spirit, okay? For some of you, this can be symbolizing a boss that you're going to be working with, or like an action pattern you're going to keep taking continuously, which will bring maximum results to you. Okay, I see here action pattern. You can interpret in the sense of, for example, what pops into my head, I'm going to speak it out. Well, maybe you're a therapist and you have like a certain type of people you're working on. Maybe you're a physical therapist, or you are like helping people heal themselves and their mental states and stuff. Maybe you're figuring out a way that works every time. Like, I know that human beings are different, person to person. They're all different. They need different structures. They need different attentions, but there might be like, maybe you're figuring out a formula that can like bend around anyone's needs. Okay, or this can be also another formula for building wealth, creating connections, serving people, maybe whichever the way that you're serving people. Okay, I see there's a letter V. V is a victory, which is a full cup inside of it also. This is coming before that you plant a seed. The victory can be another thing that you have planted, something else that you have done in the past actually bearing fruit. Following that, this is the first week energy. This is going to be a lot of like new energy of the spring. We're almost over with like the spring, but stepping into the summer, like that transition time, you're going to come up with that a lot of like seeds that you're planting during this time. And the second week, I see is a clear phone lines forming here. You have something in your hand, kind of looks like maybe a duck, maybe a bird, but maybe something to feed to this massive wolf right there. You can see the nose of the wolf. Wolf can be indicative of a family member. Wolf can symbolize the family. Maybe you're feeding a family here. This can be in the literal sense a family that you're helping, or your family that you're helping grow. Another thing can be here, like growing a family, can be growing a community. Maybe you have that kind of like a work that you're helping humanity, community, and that is growing and you're feeding that. For some of you, this can be physical feeding, maybe like working in the soup kitchen, finding food for others, or maybe like financial support for paying for the food for others. This can be, or maybe you are cooking for a potluck. This can also mean that as well. Maybe school project that you're cooking for. But it seems like you're feeding the wolf, you're feeding the community here. And other than that, it's cool, calm, collected. There's a legal paper, white bright legal paper that can, maybe your activity is bringing you something that will satisfy you, that will be legally in recognition, maybe a paper, maybe like a little plaquette you're going to be receiving. Within the third week, though, I see a man here. Initially, I saw the man's face, but when I zoom into the face, it kind of looks like a letter, number 8. Number 8 symbolizes material satisfaction. So this person can be someone who their eyes are on the prize. They can make things happen. From the back of their head, they kind of reminded me of like a samurai. I don't know his name. There's this, I think he's Japanese guy. He's playing, I think in The Last Samurai, he was playing the samurai. He invites the general to his home, Tom Cruise's character. I think that's who he was. And his hair kind of reminded me of him. When I look at far away, like here we have the mustache, the beard and the eyes and the eyebrows. He reminded me of them. Samurai is the key to that is they are disciplined. Okay, they do not play around. They're disciplined, and they would rather to be the samurai in the battle than like there is a saying like I would rather to be a samurai in the garden than being a gardener in the battlefield. So they're aware of that, but it doesn't mean that they have like an aggressive attitude towards things. They take things calmly, peacefully, and honor is the strongest virtue that they carry. So this can be someone very honorable, straightforward. They are honest with what's coming, and even it's bad or good, they're always honest with what's coming. So they're showing up here, but they're looking at the number 8. This indicates they're focused on the making money type of the part of the thing. So they might have established certain things already, structures, and you might become a part of their team, or you might become a partner for them. Or this can be, or maybe a romantic relationship. And this is, I interpret it in the sense of masculine figure, but this can also be a feminine figure who knows exactly what she wants, and she figured many things out in life already, and they're showing up here for you. And I see there's a queen here. She's actually presenting on a like a little cushion right there, this person. So this can be someone close to your heart, maybe even introducing you guys together. Okay, I see a massive cup in the 4th week, which is not related to the rest of the stuff, and there's a mountain showing up here. The cup can be emotionally fulfilling, new offer coming, a new job opportunity. Maybe this is held by someone. I think it was Master Shivu or something. The turtle in the Kung Fu Panda. I love those kind of like animation movies, because when you watch them, you can see that they're not really children's stories, even though they are cartoon animations. Okay, they show us there like the panda. He doesn't believe, he wants it, he desires it, but he doesn't believe it's possible for him to become a kung fu master. But what happens is, because he has the desire and like into enthusiasm, the life literally throws him in there. Okay, literally, like if you watch the Kung Fu Panda, the first movie, literally he's been thrown in there, and then he had to take on the challenge, and he had to grow incrementally and learn, figure things out. So I feel like here you might get that kind of like a cup here, your heart's desiring it, and it's like maybe life is throwing in there, and there's a mountain that you need to climb to figure this out. But on the mountain you see the letter W here, which is the win that you're going to accomplish at the end of the day. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. I see 2 heads now coming together within the 2nd week. Let me tell you guys, I mentioned in one of my Gemini videos last week, and I asked, like, I also mostly focus on the positive. I'd not mentioned the negative. For example, there's a mountain right there, you need to climb it. And I asked, should I only focus on the positive, or should I tell everything? And most people said focus on everything, because we want to hear everything. We don't care if it's positive or negative. So I'm gonna say, from now on, I'm going to mention if I get like negative vibes as well. There are 2 desires coming forward here. Both of them are flowing really easily initially, but then there's a little pause right there, okay? But tears of joy are coming forward. So I feel like even though there's a pause, you're not going to mind it that much, because you're going to be on the pathway, and there's even a second one. I saw here, I mentioned there's a 1st week, there are 2 people coming, looking eye to eye, having a romantic moment, a good moment. But now I look at it here, they're angry at each other. They're like walking away. And there's above your head, there's actually a magic lamp right here. This symbolizes that you can come together with the people you love, but it doesn't mean that when you get to know each other better, because love can be instantaneous. Your heart can warm up to a person, but their habits, their discipline, their virtues might not really align with yours, and then you can get really irritated by their attitude. And I feel like that can be happening right here. So before you opening up all your secrets to anyone or getting so close with someone, take cautious steps in the relationships, friendships, partnerships, because it seems like there might be like a breakage happening. There's another person with a long nose here. This can be like even a referee. You see he has like his whistle in his mouth. There might be like a referee coming in between saying, okay, time out. This can be like someone introducing you or a common friend. But above your head, we have magic lamps. So either way, this is something good for you. Okay, this is not going to end up being in a negative way. This is going to be something very good for you, because I feel like here, this can be like a learning experience. Okay, another thing I see the deity. You see her, she has 1, 2, 4 arms right there. There's an X, she marks the treasure. And when I'm looking at it, I'm gonna pull a god and goddess for you. But now I'm looking at this Gayatra Devi, and she has this, her. I'm seeing her, so I want to read to you what she says, what she brings. She has the peaceful swan in front of her, meditating. She has her little booklet. She's knowledgeable. Let's see what she says. The mantra, you can take a screenshot. O Gayatri, you are the personification of Brahman. You are the goddess of knowledge, the divine twilight. You are ageless and immortal. You are the mother of the Vedic knowledge. I bow down to you. This can be someone who's very knowledgeable, kind of like Empress. Not the Empress. You are the Empress. Yes, maybe you actually getting your hands on the knowledge that's going to be useful to you. Another thing is the high priestess, that she is actually intuitive, maybe getting intuitive guidance. Peace of mind, spiritual knowledge, greater concentration, ability to please all of gods. We have mother of devotion. You might even devote yourself to a new thing. I'm going to leave her right here for now because I want to pull another one because she was right on top. We're going to shuffle the cards. Let's get to your tarot now. Okay, we're going to be looking into your current situation, what's happening, and then move on from that point on. Let's see. If you have like a specific desire, you can focus on that one. You can get answers regarding that as well. Let's see what's coming your way. Okay, 3 of Wands is a good sign. I'm going to put that back in because it is not intentional, but okay, Lovers on the bottom. You're going on a new adventure, which will be related to money, basically. And the Strength card symbolizes this can also have some experience in there, or you need to cultivate the experience you had learned along the way. Okay, let's go. Okay. This is yourself. Okay, you're galloping towards a new desire, it seems like here. This can be mental first, mental in the sense of it is still in your mind, but it seems like this will help you leave certain things that doesn't serve you behind and move towards a new action step, okay? And let's see, the main theme of the month is the Hierophant. Hierophant can be a spiritual authority. Oh, the Pope passed, guys. Okay. So I think he was one of the coolest, like the Harley rider popes. I don't know who they're going to choose next, but yeah, may him rest in heaven. We have the Hierophant now. Hierophant is the authority figure, you becoming the authority, paying attention to your spiritual cleansing, your mental mind, spiritual body, and physical body. Another thing here with the Hierophant's main theme of the month can be about establishing authority, gaining authority over a subject, or this can be if you are limited at this moment, because Hierophant sits on a box. This indicates she's sitting on a box as well. And a box, this indicates that he's limited, thinking limitedly. And this can symbolize 2 things, maybe thinking outside of the box, or maybe if you are thinking too much outside of the box, this can symbolize going back to the basics, starting anew, and like with a pen and paper, planning it out, writing down advantages, disadvantages of the situation, a person, and then continuing from there, okay? What should you embrace here? The Empress, your creative side of yours, your gentle side of yours, your moving on with the inspiration that creativity comes to you rather than maybe following the bunch or following the mainstream stuff. The action needs to be taken. We have the 10 of Pentacles energy, guys. This is amazing. Okay, 10 of Pentacles is long-term stability, financial security for yourself and family, establishing yourself, creating a legacy, okay? So the action step you need to take should be asking the question, what could be the action that I should take that can create a legacy for me, that can establish a financial, material, physical, loving future for me, okay? And that will be revealed. And I feel like this, for some of you, this can be material, maybe attracting money, wealth, abundance. Or for some of you, this can be symbolizing you actually creating a future for yourself, maybe a physical future, financial future, okay? The final result is Knight of Wands. You're going to, when you do think about how to create a long-term result, it seems like here you might get long-term answers, the answers of passion, adventure, innovation, and new creative ideas. I'm sorry, I'm gonna let my cat in before she breaks the door. Okay, she actually wanted to go out. The Chariot here, with that we have the Ten of Cups. Beautiful. You're going to be moving on to a new adventure for sure, but this is going to be about family, again creating a legacy. It is something that you're preparing a happy family environment and creating a lot of support for yourself. And maybe along the way, when you hit the road to this adventure, you're going to receive a lot of help. You might be thinking that maybe physically you're not really close to your family, or mentally, spiritually. This can be also chosen families coming forward and supporting you, soul families, and maybe angels, spirits, and guides. And what should you embrace? We have, okay, this is the main theme of the month. Seven of Wands energy. So when you walk with confidence, there are going to be some opposition coming to you. You might have to defend your territory, guys. Okay, you might have to stay strong in what you believe in, maybe because they're going to be opposition here. We have a tower moment, and I feel like this tower moment is overall happening all around the world. That tower moment can affect you, affect the others surrounding you, but standing your ground is the key. You might experience a little bit like boredom along the way, or maybe even like questioning your decisions here for Cups. But finally, I have here with the Queen of Pentacles, you're going to achieve, you're going to receive the resources that you need in this month timeline. Okay, you should pay attention to your resources rather than the things you didn't really achieve yet, or the opposition that you're getting. What should you embrace? We said we have here with the Empress energy, your own true self, creative powers, gentleness. Another thing with the Seven of Swords energy here is you should embrace, he doesn't really look like, there's no swords or seven. Okay, there we have people on the background fighting, and he's walking in between them, passing through them. What happens in the Seven of Swords is somebody's stealing the swords before the war because he wants to stop the war before it's happening. So it's a different strategy. It's maybe a little shady strategy, and I'm not suggesting you go down the shady road, but this can mean changing your, what you should embrace is, there might be some people stealing things under your nose. Being aware of that is important, first of all. And approaching these things rather than maybe going fighting with them, coming up with the creative ideas to change the outcome is the key. Okay, you should embrace that one. The action step you need to take is a High Priestess. There you go. I mentioned the High Priestess because it is going to lead to a lot of success for you. Focus, dive in, tap in to your intuition, your knowledge that you have collected along the way already. You intrinsically know what to do. And we have here the final result, Knight of Wands and Pentacles, King of Pentacles coming forward. When you focus on what you already know, what you have already created, and final outcome, that you're focused on your final vision, the pathway will open, the new innovative ideas will come forward, you're going to take action towards it, and then that will lead to, for some of you, a material satisfaction with the King of Pentacles energy, and this structuring yourself, creating a legacy. Again here, it keeps coming to me as a word, the legacy. Another thing with the King of Pentacles is this can be the success that you want to achieve in the field, okay? Maybe like starting a new established good relationship, support that you need, that receiving those from the universe. Let's get to your oracle now. We're going to look into what needs to be released in order to clear this challenge. If you have any challenges in your life or any blockages you're feeling. Let's see. This is a big deck. We have here the universal flow. Okay, maybe you are not really receiving the blessings or not seeing them. Maybe they're coming in tiny forms, okay? It's time for you to slow down, breathe, and take time to smell the roses, because maybe you are always in a rush. That's why you're having a hard time to see the blessings coming your way. The healing will come forward, okay? When you get out of the obsession in your mind, maybe you're overthinking things. You're thinking that you have to... Excuse me. And I do not really cut off this kind of sneezes because this is usually indicates approval. So the universal flow might be not blocked I feel like it's blocked, or you're not really receiving what's coming, because energy is always flowing to us. That's because maybe you're obsessed with the final outcome. The healing will come forward when you get out of your head and get back to your heart and focus on your true intentions. Outcome will be you're going to strengthen your boundaries. Seven of actually wands indicates that too. Main theme of the month may be becoming you saying no to the things you don't want and saying yes to the things you do want, being vice versa. You're learning the gentle art of setting boundaries and saying no here. And the final outcome is going to, I feel like when the more boundaries you have, the better you can receive the blessings coming your way. Let's get to your second oracle. We have here, I asked the best advice or guidance for my beautiful Libras this time. Okay. Actually, this is, I'm going to do with your deity here. Then this is the spirit animal we're going to jump into. Okay. I have for you, again, 4 arms right there. I pulled her because I saw her in the cup, but now we have the similar person here. She's lying on a lion. She's strong, she or he. Half side is he, half side is she. Balanced energy. We have the Taurus with the Empress, also embodying the grounding energy right there. Let's see, she has a little tool, instrument of fun. And we have the mantra right there. You can take a screenshot of that. Meditation, she dances. This is the Ardhanarishvar. She dances to create a world while he dances to wind it all up. She is the mother of the universe. He is its only father. I bow to Shiva and Shivani. Okay, this divine androgyny can bring you felicity in married life, raising the Kundalini energy, transcendental knowledge of universal oneness, ability to harmonize opposing waves or forces. I love that. I love that, Libra, which you have that in your energy as a balance, creating balance. Let's see your spirit animal of guidance. Okay, honeybee. Let compassion and forgiveness to be your top priority this month in the situation. Also, honeybees indicate alignment, community, creating something together, discipline, structure. Okay, it seems like you can tap into the energy of the honeybee if you would like to create that. Okay, this month. Let's see your affirmation for the month. When I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe and no matter what. We have the green color here. This is the heart chakra color. And we have with the honeybee surrounded by green as well. Heart's desire, what's in your heart during your meditation. If you do meditate or pray, focusing on your heart center can help you create this connection faster. Okay? All right, my beautifuls, that's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all a magical day. Bye.